Arbab, are you there?
Assalamu alaikum, Ben. Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I
Walaikum
apologize.
salam.
I am still a little bit occupied in a place with other people, so I won't be able to put the camera on. Hope you guys
That's
are doing
fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. We just wanted your input when we start off,
Inshallah, I'll do my utmost.
Okay, thank you. So, are you recording now, Afzal Bhai?
Yes.
Okay. So, everybody, Assalamu alaikum. We can start now. Less than 8 days. Inshallah, everybody is prepared. A few things logistically we are just going to speak about today. Most of us are landing in Baghdad, as you all know. And I think nobody is landing in Najaf. Everybody is landing in Baghdad. Afzal Bhai with 5 to 6 other people is landing on the 10th, whereas the rest of us are leaving on the 11th. Shabnam is asking, is this supposed to be live streamed?
This is on live on YouTube.
On live on YouTube, yeah. So if anybody wants to switch off their camera, they can. That's not a problem. That's if for any reasons. So inshallah, when we land, our idea is to go from there directly to Najaf. And from Najaf, inshallah, we will then proceed with our routine programs, what we have, which I'll be sending a detailed itinerary today. Now, some of you who are coming for 10 nights only, I just want to let you know that those people who are coming on 10 nights, they will not be having an accommodation or a hotel stay in Kazmain. I think it's only few of the people out of the whole group who are coming for 10 nights. The rest of the people are all 13, and some are also more than 13, 15 nights. So just keep that in mind. When we land in Baghdad, they're expecting 40 million people coming in between the 8th and the 12th. So there might be some delays, might be some rush. As I had indicated today, there is a possibility that the embassies in UK will open up the visa process for British passport holder. At the moment, they're only giving visas to non-nationals, but who are residing with a resident permit here. Baki, anybody else who is not residing other than that, they were not giving to British, but I think they will start from Monday, as far as I'm aware. So once they start from Monday onwards, inshallah, if anybody wishes to go, they can let me know in advance. They will have to do it themselves because agents are not allowed now. The new ruling from the embassy says those people who are traveling need to go themselves to get the visa. Iqbal Bhai, who is in Manchester, went to the embassy yesterday and he was told that it hasn't started yet, but they might start on Monday, is what Iqbal Bhai was told. Now, this is not compulsory. It is just if anybody wishes to take. There is visa on arrival for us, but those people who are going to the embassy to take, remember you have to take 2 passport pictures, photocopy of your passport, and also a letter from Imam Ali Foundation. Now, that is why I'm saying if anybody wishes to go to embassy in Manchester, let me know in advance so I can get you that letter from Imam Ali Foundation. And then you go to the embassy, pay their £50, and they will issue you the visa. Manchester Embassy just generally does it in 1 day, whereas those of you who are in London, they take around 3 days. The first day they take your passport, and they'll ask you to come after 2 days to collect the passport. So realistically speaking, it is better those of us who are in Midlands can go to Manchester. If you're not in Midlands, you are in say in London or in South, then it's entirely up to your choice. Now, this is just a choice I'm giving. It's not wajib that you go and get the visas.
No, okay, live check on YouTube.
Okay. So any questions in terms of visas, let me know, please.
Nilam bhai,
No,
just a quick
it's
question.
recording the whole
Yeah.
Do we have to have 2 passport size photographs when we land at the airport?
I know.
No. When you land at the
It is
airport, I will
recording
send you a
the whole
different
thing is
form.
being recorded also.
And when I send you that form, you just print it out, fill up your fill everything in. It's very, very simple form. 5 ke 6 vastu they are asking, 5 to 6 things, and that's about it. And then you give it at the passport office. The only reason people take the visas and go is the amount of delay which people face at Baghdad airport.
Let's
We are looking
So
at a minimum of 2 hours stop in Baghdad airport.
Neelam, we don't need the photographs.
Neelam, last time તમે હોટલના નામ મોકલ્યો હતો ત્યારે જે અમે અહીંયાથી આપણે એરપોર્ટ પર જાય ને they want the hotel name where we're going to stay. જેમ તમે last time મોકલ્યો હતો ને.
They don't need that anymore. That was a rule during COVID time.
Okay.
Now they are very flexible. They don't need anything like that. You go straight. If I find out from other people that they do need, then I'll send you a paper with everybody's passport, everybody's name and details. But that would be purely for administrative reasons. It's not that we will be going there. It's just an administrative thing. But as I said to you, minimum 2 hours, please keep in mind, minimum 2 kalak, we will have to stay in Baghdad airport.
Yeah. Now, one more thing, Neelam, like we will land at about 2:40 in the morning at Baghdad airport, and we'll be there, let's say, another 2 hours. So it'll be about 5:30.
Yeah.
So, Bada say, the rest of the group, and how are we going to meet you, and where are we going to go?
So most of the people are on Royal Jordanian flight. They are coming at 5. They are landing at 6:30.
Okay.
People who are on Turkish airline, they are landing at 5 o'clock in the morning. So there are a few of us who are landing at 5 o'clock in the morning, and those who are on with you, I think there are only 3 or 4 people you are together on the same flight.
Okay.
I think Amir Bhai Hirani is on the same flight as you, who will be landing at 2:30 in the morning.
Yes.
The rest, everybody is landing at by 6:30. Everybody should have landed if the flights are working properly. Now, those of you have landed before, okay. The idea is we will see if we can arrange for a transport if you are more than 5. I'm not promising anything, but if you are 5-6 people, and if we can arrange, then we will send you to Najaf. Otherwise, you will have to wait a little bit longer till everybody comes, because we have arranged for bus to arrive, and the bus arrives in the airport. And don't forget, those of you who are regular are aware that buses are not allowed inside the airport. So when you book a bus, they do charge us extra. So we have arranged for a bus to come inside, inshallah. Hopefully they will be therein to pick us up and take us straight to Najaf airport. But a detailed logistics from Baghdad airport, I will let you know. But I just wanted to make you aware that there will be a wait, inshallah. Hopefully, you sabar karjo badai, that's all I can say, because people do get quite tired after a flight they have come. So we'll go directly from there to Najaf. Najaf airport hotel is ready. We are in Arz Sahla hotel. Those of you have traveled with me before are aware. It's a very nice hotel. It's on Shara Rasool. And we are in the same hotel again. Once you are in the hotel, breakfast, just go to sleep till 5 o'clock. No activities at 5. We get together and go to the haram. Okay, and then after that, inshallah, that very night or later, after middle of the night, it will be going to Masjid Sahla or Masjid Kufa. Now, just to let you know that when you are in Najaf, or in fact anywhere in Iraq at the moment, it is quite hot there, 44, 45 degrees C. First day, please, I request you all, don't go out straight into the haram in the afternoon. I know everybody wants to. If you're not acclimatized, you will become quite sick, because the very first day you're coming from 17, 18 degrees, you're directly going to 45, 46, 47. As of yesterday, it was around 47 degrees. So it is quite hot. Try to acclimatize yourself, and then please go to the haram in the evening when we all go as a group. So that is Baghdad and Najaf from there. Now I had requested certain names today for those who are going to walk. And I think I have received a few names. I have not got all the names here, but I have with us our key workers of Afzal Somji and Arbab, Brother Arbab. Brother Arbab has been walking for a very long time. Every year, mashallah, he has been doing that, and he helps out at the Mokib as well. So I'll hand over for Brother Arbab now to just to give you a little brief on what is expected and what to carry with you, so you can pack according to that. Brother Arbab?
Assalamu alaikum, Nilam Ben, and everyone else.
Alaikum assalam.
I dare not speak before the young man Afzal Bhai, so I would prefer if the young man Afzal Bhai speaks first, and then inshallah, majority of it he will cover, and whatever necessary being, I will cover after that. So I will appreciate it if Afzal Bhai can speak first, and then, of course, I can follow after.
Nobody prepared me for this. Anyway, I did my first walk last year in Arba'in at my age, but Alhamdulillah, we were able to finish the walk. So this year again, what I am saying is that we are starting in the evening, so it will be quite cool, and we'll be walking all these mokibs on the way. Everything is available. There will be water all the way through the walk. We need to find a very light backpack for our essentials, and the shoes that you are wearing, just make sure. And I think we've sent that a little to everyone, to say the shoes shouldn't be new. There should be some worn shoes in which you are comfortable. So don't wear anything that you already aren't wearing at the moment. The shoes should be quite flexible and like Skechers or similar, so that you are familiar with your shoes. I would suggest that from now on till then, do make a point of going out for a walk every day, so that you, as Nilam Bhai puts it, acclimatize yourself to the walk. There are mokibs there, which I hope everybody knows what a mokib is, and Arbab will tell you about that, I'm sure. Like as we walk, we try to kind of walk in the group, but obviously there are slow walkers and fast walkers. We will have our flag right in the front and at the back, so that you have any problems, you can just contact one of us. It will be either myself, Arbab, and Hussein, isn't it? Hussein? Not Hussein.
Hussein Kamal, yes. Yeah.
Kamal, yes. Hussein Kamal, yes. So there'll be 3 of us there, inshallah, front, middle, and at the back. So that we make sure that all our people are all right on the walk, inshallah. The things to carry, you don't have to carry anything other than what you just might need, you know, on the way. You have to travel. I mean, we have to walk very light, because if you have heavy stuff on your back, it's going to tire you out, and you don't want to do that, inshallah. So over to Arbab.
Thank you, Afzal Bhai. Mashallah, so you covered quite a lot already. Only a few things. I try to keep it short as possible. I know everyone's probably hungry and will want to have their dinners. First of and upmost, you have to be all thankful that you go into this unbelievable journey that you will experience. For people who have already experienced that, they already know and they crave for this every single year until this time arrives. In regards to just journey with the walk, of course, I will go into details once, inshallah, we are in Najaf. And as Afzal Bhai already mentioned, you have to keep it light as possible. In life, we want to prepare everything to the max, but this is one journey, I will say keep it light as possible, because inshallah, Imam Hussein will provide you everything on the way. So whatever is necessary in regards to your medicines, extra hydration tablets that you want to take, please do take that. I will say 3 pairs of clothing at max, and please do not overload yourself, as you will realize after a few kilometers that it will be a very big burden. Okay, for all the people who have not been before, from Haram to Haram is around 80 kilometers altogether. Normally, ideally, I recommend for people who wants to fit and wants to experience complete journey from Haram to Haram, you're more than welcome to do it. But my suggestion always is to take a little, we will maybe arrange, Neil and Ben, inshallah, will arrange a transport to pole number 1, and then it's just a literally straight road, and millions of people are walking all in one direction. Okay. In regard to the poles, there are around 142 poles. After each pole, which is 50 meters in English, and if anyone in America, then 1 kilometers, it's designated easily, and you can see. One thing I will mention, or I will give my opinion, is trying to walk in twos. All right. Ideally, everyone wants to walk in group, but in my eyes, it's always best to walk in twos. Controlling a group is not easy. Everyone walks in different pace. Everyone sometimes fast, sometimes slow. And it's very unfair on a person who's fast and someone who's slightly slower to go at that pace. Okay. One thing, always remember, this is not a race. Within this journey, you will experience pain, emotion. I normally always say contemplation is one of the important things that we should do within this journey. Okay. So even if you have to take 2 to 3 days walk, does not matter. Take your time. Okay. I've seen the fittest people not complete this journey. And of course, there's nothing wrong with it. If you don't, you can always take transport and go to the hotel, which is fair enough. Because don't forget, our journey, our steps are not counted from Najaf to Karbala. From the day you leave your home, your steps are already being counted for your journey. Okay. Is there any other questions so far, or may I continue?
Brother Arbab, just to point out that yes, we did provide transport till pole 1 last year, and we are going to be doing that same this year as well.
Fantastic. Does anyone else any other question at the moment, or can I continue?
Yeah.
Okay,
continue.
okay. In regards to Afzal Bhai has mentioned already, having a rucksack, fantastic. That's a very good idea, and of course keep it light. But we did have two lovely young couple last year who bought trolley together, and they had one trolley which they dragged along all the way, and of course they had a seat and they sat on it when necessary as well, which was a fantastic idea. And again, if there are older, or I normally don't say older, I say younger people who wants to walk, a trolley is a very good idea which you can drag along and keep your things rather than heavy weight hanging on your shoulders. One important factor, and make sure, is you hydrate yourself. Hydration is the utmost important in this journey. Majority of us do worry about the toilets. Inshallah, I'm making a list and I will try find out where is the Western toilets on which pole and which mock-up. That will make your life a little bit easier. But again, if somebody wants to practice squats, please do go ahead. In case if you don't find a Western toilet, but inshallah, there are plenty on the way as well.
Can I just add one thing to this? Because
Yes.
my first walk last year, I learned that you should hydrate yourself as much as possible. Don't worry about the toilets, because all that water is going to come out in sweat. You
Agreed.
won't need to go to the toilet, really. It's very something that I learned. I've never ever drunk so much water in my life. When except during those 2.5 days. I just so don't worry about the if you have this worry that we might have to go to the toilet, and where can we find toilets, unless you have a specific problems.
Sorry, anybody is asking a question?
Sorry, no.
Okay. Gee. Yes, Brother Arbab, you can continue.
Yes. Second thing you need to make sure is that you rest. What people tend to do, they tend to walk as long as possible. I do not recommend that, because what you tend to do, you tend to get overtired and not cover. Our body needs to re-energize ourselves. So even if you're walking for 2 hours, I will 100% recommend that after that, take a half an hour break where you lift your legs up a little bit higher so the blood can flow through your body easily and everything else. Okay. Inshallah, majority of the thing I will cover or I will give my opinion while we're in Najaf. But again, in the end, if you do have any questions or anything else, please don't hesitate to put it onto the WhatsApp, and inshallah, I will cover that in Najaf.
Any questions so far?
Yeah, just a quick one. What time did we start the walk? After 12?
Like last year, I think around 11 o'clock in the night.
What I will recommend is, ideally you do not want to walk when the sun is at its peak.
Yeah.
So normally what I tend to suggest to people is, e.g., for example, we start at Maghrib, go into the mock-up for a few hours, try get up at the Hajj time at either 2 or 3 o'clock, walk to Fajr, read Fajr namaz, then try walk for a couple of hours and then go inside the mock-up. Then of course try come out, have a good 6 hours rest. Even if you can't sleep, still rest. Your body needs recovery. And then again, you can come out at 4 or 5 o'clock, and then you can cover majority of the time. This year, inshallah, it's not going to be cold at night or later on in the evening, so you can cover more distance. I normally, except for last year, before that, I walk with my mother. And mashallah, the majority of the fast coverage that we used to do was after the tahajjud time to the fajr time, because you are fresh, you are rested, and that covers. But of course, it changes every year depending on the situation, time. Inshallah, you have plenty of time to get to Karbala It's not a race. I know ideally we want to get quick as possible to our Imam, but do take your time as much as possible. Any other
And
questions?
one last thing I will from myself will say is that the spiritual side of the whole thing, when you start your first step and you're saying labbaik ya Hussein, that is incredible. As you're walking, every step that you're taking, you're getting closer and closer to the Imam. It's an experience out of this world.
I completely agree. One other thing as well, if you can do, try keep a tasbih in your hands as well. Recitation of anything that you like to do is great for the soul, and of course for the time which you are walking as well.
Okay, we have a couple of questions over here. One question is, can we take a trolley bag, which we are taking as a hand luggage in the plane? I think that shouldn't be a problem. Will it become too heavy? I don't know.
I won't recommend that. I would sorry, not recommend, opinion. I will send a photo which will be ideal. It's when one of the shopping bags, one of the shopping trolleys that you can take is with the big tires is ideal. If you want to take your little suitcase, because of the sometimes roads are not so smooth, it's probably not best to. Something with slightly bigger tires is ideal. I will send a little photo in the group as well as a recommendation.
And also one more question is, somebody is on a wheelchair, can they get help in, or they would like to do the walk, if they can get in some kind of assistance? Inshallah, we will talk about it in detail, and once you are there, it shouldn't be a problem. It's somebody or the other will help, hopefully, inshallah, that shouldn't be a problem. So those were the two questions. Now, in terms of walking as well, Brother Arbab, is there anything else you wish to add?
In regards to walk, as I said, everyone should go on their own pace. Of course, we can put designated areas. Again, I would recommend everyone to get a SIM card from there, so easy communication can be done as well. Because what tends to happen sometimes, Wi-Fi from our network, except for the Americans, they have internet everywhere, they're blessed in that sense, then they can use it to communicate everywhere. But if you get a SIM card, then people can use in text. I'm not quite sure if I'll be at the mock-up. Normally I'm at 594, so that's like a middle ground, so I can be easy reachable to everyone as well. But of course we can arrange that in regard to communication and everything else. Is one straight road, people cannot get lost, so you do not need to worry. The only thing I will add, if you are walking in twos or a group, just make what me and my mother used to do, or inshallah we will be doing this year as well, is if we start in at pole 1, so we say, if for any reason, because everyone's wearing black, we get lost or misplaced, we would next pole we will meet is pole 50. So we go 50, 50, 50, 50. But we say to them, do not go further away than 50, because otherwise you will not find, would you be very unlikely you will find the other person.
Thank you, Brother Arbab. Any questions so far?
Yes, sorry. With regards to the SIM, you said so. There's an option then probably in Najaf to get the SIM right before we start walking.
You don't need to worry. The volunteers down there will guide you with everything else. More than likely, they will have something which you'll be able to purchase as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Jazakallah.
Once you are in Najaf, we will get you your SIM cards. You shouldn't have a problem. So everybody should have, everybody definitely who are going to walk should walk with a SIM card, just in case you need, in terms of emergency, you wish to contact some of us. I have sent you my Iraqi number as well, which is going to be with me. So give it to your family. It is on the group anyways, for those of you who have not
Um,
seen it.
in regards,
And
sorry, Neelam Ben, can I just
Jim,
add something in
yeah.
regards to the phone?
Yeah.
Lots of people do tend to forget your mobile phone needs to be unlocked. So make sure you check it beforehand that phone is unlocked. Otherwise, your phone will not, the SIM card will not work in Iraq.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a Ziara SIM, which is for 15 days, is generally around £10. And then you, with a top up, that is all it inclusive of £10 to £12. It's not that expensive. Everybody, we will make an arrangement for everybody to buy a SIM card so everybody can have one. Also, in terms of walking, those of you can walk all 3 days. Alhamdulillah, that is very good. But if you have any kind of issue, but you still wish to walk, what we tend to do is we give two options to our zawars. One is you all walk on the 13th, whereas we all pass on the 14th. Those people who are not walking will go to Karbala on the 14th around midday. They will leave for Karbala. And when they are leaving, if somebody has decided to walk on the 13th and by 14th they've become tired, they don't want to walk anymore, just contact one of our volunteers, tell us the poll number, we will stop there and we'll pick you up. So that is one option. If you have started and then you think, too much garmi che, we can't do it, that is one option. We will pick you up on this is just for the 14th. The other option is before we reach Karbala, on the last Mokib, a lot of people get off the bus and then they walk the last 5 to 6 hours. I think that should be, Brother Arbab, it should be around 10 kilometers, 11 kilometers. I'm not so sure. From the last Mokib to the Haram itself, it is 5 to 6 hours walk. And a lot of people tend to do that. Within our group, we have people who will be doing that this year as well. So you have that option as well. So if you don't want to walk the whole journey, but you wish to still walk, there is the option of getting off on the last Mokib and then walk from there into Karbala, inshallah. So don't feel that you must do every step. Whatever little you do, I know Imam is there to accept it, inshallah. Any other questions? I know there are a few people who have walked before and they would like to share their experiences when we have a seminar type meeting in Najaf, and please do share at that time whatever your experiences are. But Brother Arbab has given you a brief, and hopefully that should help. Now, in terms,
You know, once we get
sorry,
when we get into Karbala,
yeah,
after we've done the walk, how do we know where we need to go for the hotel? Or
we will give you the hotel details. We'll give you the hotel card as well. Most of the people, what they do is they go straight to the Haram of Awul Fadl Abbas, and from there they do the salams and then they come into the hotel. But everybody will be given the hotel address and will be given like a Google map pin so that you can use it to walk to reach the hotel as well. But we have volunteers who will be more than helpful.
thank you.
No problem. Any other questions in terms of walk? In terms of the other things like the sockets, normal sockets, what we use in the UK are used everywhere in Iraq. You don't need to buy any different types of plugs, just our general one you can use. That is not a problem. When you walk, your luggage will be taken in the bus by us. Those who are not walking, they will take all your luggage. So your luggage will reach the hotel safely. You don't need to worry about the luggage. It will come with us. You just leave it. Tell one of the volunteers to say, this is our luggage. Please keep with us. And then that should be fine. All the ladies who are in the group and all the men, all the ladies will be provided with an identification scarf, which we have. I request all of you, especially the ladies, to keep that scarf because in the sea of black, it is very hard to identify who is who. So keep that scarf around your neck. It has got the phone numbers, which are our numbers over there. So in case you get lost anywhere and your phone doesn't work, show that, and that can be used. In this Ashura, we had a kid, bless him, 6-year-old, walked away somewhere, decided to walk doing Sabil. He had the card. He was brought back within 20 minutes of we looking for him. So inshallah, that is very important that you keep it with you. It's for the men, we have a lanyard, and for the women, we have the scarf. So please make sure that you carry that with you all the time, because sometimes phones don't work. The network will be down, because with 40 million people over there, no country's network is that powerful to take around so much internet usage. So there might be ups and downs with the internet, but if you have phone number, you can ask any local Iraqi and they will call us with that. So that is in terms of walk and everything. In terms of Karbala, when we reach there, inshallah, in Karbala, we will be having, as I had mentioned, we will be having a majlis every day for the ladies and the gents. And in the afternoon, it's a request that we will be doing namaz in the Jamaat over there, so that people try to avoid going in bigger crowds. As far as we've been told, there are a lot of Iranians who have been now given the visa, and the borders are open again. So there will be some pushing and shoving in the harams, but bear with it. We are all the guests. They are the guests, so are we. So inshallah, that shouldn't be a problem. And so that's about it. The main things about reaching there. I will send a visa form for arrival in Baghdad. Once I will send it to you. If you don't take the visa from here, please use that form to fill it and keep it ready, so it is easier as soon as you come. We will give your passports and straight away you can take it. I will also share the photograph of one person who will be there in the airport to help you come out. His name is Brother Talib. Some of you might know him. He works for the Haram of Kazmain. He's very helpful. He will be there to clear you out. Give him everything. Don't worry. If he says, give me the visa money, give it to him. He is very trustworthy. He will take everything and he'll tell you to sit, wait for whatever time, and he will bring your passports back as well. Sometimes it takes them an hour. Don't worry. They haven't disappeared with your passport. They will come back and they will give you your passports back. So those are the main things which I have covered. If there is any other questions you want to ask, please feel free to ask myself or Brother Arbab or Brother Afzal, and we can tell you.
Nilamel, one question, please.
Jay.
Do we need any proof of COVID injections certificates?
Yes, we do need your NHS printouts for your COVID vaccination. Please keep it with you. You will need it here when you are boarding the flight from the UK. You will need at transit points, especially the ones who are traveling by Turkish airline.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Royal Jordanian doesn't need it so much, but Turkish, definitely in Turkey, they will ask you. And when you land also, they will ask you. So yes, just the NHS papers is more than enough. You don't need any PCR. Any children under the age of 12, but above the age of 6. And so between 6 and 12, if they're traveling and they're not vaccinated, they need a PCR. Between 6 and 12, they need a PCR to come to Iraq, not to leave Iraq. If they're coming to Iraq, because I know there are 3-4 kids within our group. So less than 12, but more than 6, that age range needs a PCR. So they need to have a PCR test done.
Nilamba, is it possible to send us Talib's photographs so we recognize him?
Yeah. I will send you Talib Bhai's photograph. No problem. That will be sent to you anyways.
Thank you.
There was one more question which was just put. I forgot to. Yes, in terms of the visa money, may I suggest you all, please do not pay more than $80. And that $80, or if you pay $100, you will get back, but there might not be sometimes the same change which you are expecting to come back will come. There might be sometimes $1 less or $2 less. But if you give them $80, they tend to bring $2, or sometimes they bring $2 and then they give you 1,000 or 2,000 Iraqi instead of the $1 back. So sometimes they do that, but they tend to give you your money back anyways. So preferably keep $80. If you don't have, and if you're more than one person, make sure you give the denomination which is kind of bigger. Also on the airport, they're quite funny. Do not try and give them $1 notes and $5 note. Immigration guys will not take it. They only want $10 or $20 notes. Nothing, 150 is fine, $100 notes and $50, but anything less than $5, they're a bit funny. They will not accept it. And they don't accept old notes as well. So they're quite funny and quite rigid like that. So if you have an old note at home, if you think you can get a visa with that, they will not accept it. So please make sure that you have all the new notes which are acceptable in the country. Yes, $80, Hussein is saying. That's fine, Hussein. Hussein, would you like to show your face so that everybody knows you are the other volunteer in case anybody wants to see Cesar? Are you there, Hussein?
Alaikum everyone.
Yeah.
Alex,
Yeah, Chand dekhano.
I'm so jet lagged. I've just come back from Dar es Salaam like literally 2 hours ago.
Oh dear.
Afzal uncle, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Hussein.
Yeah, so Hussein Bhai will also be part of the walking volunteers, so he will be there. Those who are fast walkers can walk with Hussein. You know, he walks at a jet speed. Hopefully, inshallah, you might be able to be with him. So any other questions in terms of logistics, please ask, and then we can, I'll try and answer those questions. No questions? Anybody wishes to say anything? Rosmin Bhai, you are the only Mulyani over here at the moment.
I just have a quick question.
I thought I was the only Mulyani in the trips, Neelam.
You never know. There might be others as well. Gee, there are a couple of questions people want to ask.
I just want to know, after we finish all of our ziyarats in Karbala and Najaf, I'm flying back on the 21st. Will we be able to kind of bring in some?
Everybody is going to have a Samara trip. Everybody is going to be going to Kazmain as well. If you are 10 nights only, then you will not stay in Kazmain. That's the only difference between the rest of the group and your group. But everybody is doing Samara Balad trip, and everybody is doing Kazmain Ziyarat as well. So you will get everything. That's not a problem. In terms of one more question was asked, yes, the hotels are good in providing towels. They're good in providing toiletries as well. Obviously, shampoos and things, people want their own, but they do provide little shampoo bottles and little soap bottles. They're quite good now compared to maybe 10 years ago. So they do have their own towels, and they are pretty clean. That's not a problem. Every hotel has a laundry facility if you want to get your clothes washed in the laundry. I don't know the charges, but in Najaf, the laundry is as soon as you come out of the door, the laundry is right next door to the hotel door. In Karbala also, the laundry is there provided by the hotel. But please speak to them before you go and give your laundry in terms of the charges and everything, just in case you don't get a shock when the bill comes. So do speak to them beforehand. And we will be doing majlises over there. We'll be doing a couple of times Sabil as well. Anybody wishing to contribute, you can talk to me or Afzal Bhai, or Hussein or Brother Arbab, when we are there, and you can tell us, okay, these are the money for Fatiha, we would like something to be done. So that all is covered. Is there anything else which you need to cover?
One last thing, Nilaman.
Jane.
What is, I think it's calmed down the political situation in Iraq at the moment.
Yes, the political situation in Iraq is much calmer. They had, I think, I don't know how far the report is true, but Agha Sistani had a word, or he came out with a speech to say Arbain is coming, the guests are coming, we can't have this political unrest. So as far as Najaf and Karbala, no problem whatsoever. In Baghdad, there are a couple of issues going on, but nothing major that they will stop. They have problems politically, but I think with the Zawars of Imam Hussein, they let them go. Nobody harasses them, nothing. At the checkpoints, no problems are there whatsoever. There have been some groups which have landed today and yesterday as well from India and Pakistan. They've had no issues whatsoever from Baghdad, and they reached safely to Samara. They've finished their ziyarats in Samara and are on their way to Najaf. So Alhamdulillah, situation is much more calmer now than before.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Sorry, I think Neelam Auntie, I think my mummy just posted the question. I don't know whether you saw this. Do you know approximately how many people will be traveling from Birmingham, just so that they have an idea who's coming?
I think this time our Birmingham group is quite big. Hussein is in charge of doing the, I think we are looking at arranging a transport on the 10th. So we are anywhere, we are around 20 people all minimum who are traveling to London. And some of them are going on their own, but the others will be looking at sharing a transport to London.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. But if there is any other question?
Can I just mention one other little details?
Yes.
For the younger generation, which are, as I call them, can you make sure that you bring compression socks, please? That's it.
And even if you can, with that, if you can bring ibuprofen gel, that would be helpful as well.
What
Yes,
age
all of those
bracket do you
details,
need?
all of
Sorry?
those things I will post in the group, but it just came to my mind now, where people tend to forget, because the legs do swell up, and it's quite important, as Afzal Bhai will say, to get the swelling down as soon as possible.
I was just saying, what age group are you mentioning when you say the young ones?
Oldest as possible. Everyone.
Don't forget, also with the heat, what has happened since Arafat I've seen is that your legs do swell up because of the heat. I don't know why, but I'm not a medical person, but the legs do swell up quite a bit, even if you are walking. So maybe it's a good idea of having compression socks.
It's not even just for walking, it's when you landing as well. Sometimes even with my feet swell up when I'm flying. So when we land, it's quite important to get the swelling down as soon as possible.
Yeah. Okay. So, Rosmin Bhai, you want to say a few words?
Not really, but yes, just appreciate what we are going, where we are going, and we are going to face a lot of hardship, as you say, and especially about if there are 40 million, because last time I went was 20 million, and walking was impossible. So all it requires is patience, and be thankful that we are there. Everything all falls in place.
Thank you, Rosman Bhai. Yes. It is very important to have that patience. Otherwise, you will spoil your mood and you will spoil you will not, spiritually, you will not enjoy where you are as well. Now, one thing I just want to mention here, it is your personal choice and personal thing that it's entirely up to you, is that people tend to give small parcels to the ones when you are traveling to Iraq, because everywhere from around the world, people tend to meet in Karbala. Okay. It's entirely your choice if you want to take, but don't forget, going from one hotel to another, which would have normally taken 10 minutes, would take you more than an hour because of the rush. So if you wish to do that, it's entirely your responsibility, no problem. But don't forget, you will be wasting a lot of time in just wandering from one hotel to another hotel. That time you could have gone and sat in the haram. And in the haram also now, in Ashura, we have seen that Hazrat Abbas's haram, they have opened 2 doors for Sardab for ladies. So there is not just one, there are 2 underground lifts which are going for ladies. 3/4 of the Sardab is now for ladies underground. So if you can't find upstairs any space, don't be upset. Find a way, go downstairs. It is very peaceful and very quiet, and there is not too much rush. Yeah. And you can do your ibadat over there. In Imam Hussein's haram also, in fact, the Sardab has been extended massively. So you can actually spend your time in Sardab as much as possible if you can't get the zaris upstairs. This is for the ladies. For the men, it is quite easy for them to touch the zari and be there. But for the ladies' side, it is sometimes there is a method to that madness. There is too much rush. So it is better to be downstairs so that you don't get fallen or tripped over or anything. So inshallah, they are trying their best to accommodate as much people as possible. And we do have a couple of doctors in our group. I think Farheen's mom is a doctor, Dr. Nurun Nisa, and the son is also coming from Germany. He's also a doctor. So in case of medical emergency, we do have a couple of doctors with us who might be of help and assistance to us. Yes, Rosbin Bhai, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I was just going to say that last time I was there was 2019, the Arbaeen, and be prepared not to be able to go to the haram on that day, actually, during the day or whatever, because we didn't manage till we actually went with Julus at night. But apart from that, 1 or 2 days round Arbaeen is quite difficult to find spaces in the haram. So I don't know if that situation still exists or it's easier.
I think it still exists. Even on Nashura, it was quite packed and it was very hard to walk in as well. So yes,
Yeah.
and those of you who wish to go for Arbaeen Julus, especially the one with spiritual journey starts to take, you can join them. There is nobody is nobody's going to stop you from that, but be prepared to stand for 9-10 hours because the julus is very, very slow, and you will get tired. And if you do have slight difficulty in walking, I suggest you have those mobile chairs with you so that you can sit down and rest yourself a little bit. But that julus starts around 8-9 o'clock at night, I think around 9 o'clock at night. And even it's around Fajr time, 4:30, 5 o'clock, that they are at the door of Hazrat Abbas. So it is really a long night. So please, if those of you wish to go, no restrictions, please join them. But do make sure that you are ready to stand for long periods of time. Any other questions? Brother Afzal, should we finish it?
Yes, if there is no more questions, just to let you know that we will be giving you all the information. We'll be posting all the necessary information as well as our itinerary, so that you will be fully informed as to what's going on day by day.
And even on the itinerary, there might be certain times and certain circumstances that things will not work out and it will have to be cancelled, or the times might have to be changed. So please bear with us. Just one example from recent Ashura trip, I'll just give you a hint of how things can change. We went from Najaf to Karbala. We went to Hilla. We reached the Haram of Hilla. We reached outside and we were told not to park our bus. And if we parked the bus and got off the bus, they will not provide us with the transport. So we had no choice. We went all the way till Hilla and we were not allowed to come out of the bus, and we're told to go back. So things do happen in Iraq. So please keep that in mind, that there are circumstances where things are beyond our control. And things might have to change. So please bear with us. And like, I don't know, I will post a link to, there will be a lot of, at the moment on WhatsApp, there are lots of messages coming about different mawqibs. We will make a list and we will give it to you so that you are aware of what mawqibs to stop on there. But don't forget, we are going on a spiritual trip. It's not a holiday, not a vacation. There will be trouble, there will be problems, but so please, please, please bear with us. Thank you. Afzal Bhai, Surah Fatiha for everybody, please.
Yes.
For all the marhumeens.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Inshallah, Allah will accept this Fatiha for all our marhumin and kull marhum mu'minin wal mu'minat.
Sure. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Inshallah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz. Khuda Hafiz.
Yes.
Khuda Hafiz.
And we'll give you the link of the YouTube if anyone wants to watch this program at a later time, or someone who has not attended and wishes to. I'll put it on the group.
Thank you. Ahsan.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.
चलो मेरे को पाटा पिंडी का हो गया उसकी जो बोला ना
Chalo. Okay.
Okay.
Afzal Bhai, mane lage she, if there is, what I'll do is I'll call you back and then we'll sort out the itinerary in detail, yeah?
Yeah, હવે હમણાં પેલા મારું એક કલાક હમણાં from 8:15 to 9:15 I have got Arabic class. So
okay, hi, okay.
Okay.
Arabic શીખી લીધા, શીખીને બોલવાના છો ને યા?
ના ઓલું હજી ઓલું મારું જે હું જાણતો તો એ હું ચાલુ રાખીશ હું.
Okay, all right, okay. Chalo, that's it. Fine. Thank you very much. Thank you.
ಆಯ್ತು
Bye. Thanks. Khuda Hafiz.
ಖುದಾ ಹಾಫೀಸ್ ಖುದಾ ಹಾಫೀಸ್
Khuda Hafiz.